How about adding some beautiful string textures to your project? This is my approach to building a simple synthesizer using an Arduino that makes such atmospheric sounds possible. Welcome back, I really hope you enjoyed this little tutorial video. For this project we need an Arduino. In my case, it's a Mega. We need 2 breadboards, 4 push buttons, a 10 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, and an output jack. Let's start by placing the 4 push buttons onto the breadboard. For larger projects, you can of course use more buttons as well. Then connect the left leg of each push button to the negative rail of the breadboard. Now we need to assign each button to the digital pins. From left to right, button 1 goes to pin 2, button 2 goes to pin 3, button 3 goes to pin 4, and button 4 goes to pin 5. Let's continue by connecting the negative rail to the Arduino ground pin. We're almost done. Now we just need to place the output jack on the smaller breadboard, keeping ground and signal separate from each other. Now we need to connect the signal with Arduino's output pin, which in my case is pin 11 because I use a Mega. If you use an Uno or Nano, it's pin 9. Then connect the audio jack's ground pin with the negative rail of the breadboard. Before we can connect the Arduino and hear anything, we still need to place the 10 microfarad capacitor between the signal and ground. Be careful, since it is an electrolytic capacitor, the correctly marked side must go to ground. This is a small passive filter to make the sound of the sawtooth wave a bit smoother. I've already uploaded the code to the Arduino, and if we connect it now, I'm sure we will hear something. The idea behind it is very simple. It's a small 4-voice polyphonic synthesizer with 4 basic envelope generators that only have attack and release. I press a key and the sound gradually gets louder until it reaches a maximum volume. I release the key and the sound continues for a bit before fading out completely. Now let's take a look behind the magic of the code. You will find the full code in the description or in the first comment of this video. As you might know from previous projects, we first need to install the Mosi library, if you don't already have it. After that, we'll install EZButton. After we've added Mosi and EZButton to a project, we can go ahead and add our oscillators as well. As mentioned earlier, it's going to be a 4-voice synthesizer, which means we need 4 oscillators. The waveforms that most closely resemble string instruments are probably sawtooth waves. A byte can represent all values from 0 to 255, which is perfect for our example to control the volume that rises when a key is pressed and fades when released. Each key has a current and target value, allowing us to manage the volume dynamics. The byte step is basically the speed at which the sound gets louder or quieter. For example, if you set it to 5, you'll notice the difference immediately. As you can see in this step, the buttons will be assigned to the digital pins 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what happens when you press a button? The frequency of the assigned oscillator is set to the desired hertz. In this case it's 196 hertz. The note is G. And the target volume is set to 120, which is the maximum volume. When you release the button, the target volume is set to 0 and the sound fades out slowly. And here you can see how the attack and release are calculated. It's definitely worth modifying the code a bit and using your own values. I wouldn't raise the volume above 120 as the synthesizer will quickly distort if multiple keys are pressed at the same time, but you can try. Again, we need a separate small envelope generator for each oscillator, so we need 4 envelope generators. So this is just a basic idea. Of course you can add many other things like decay, tremolo or resonant filters, but the important thing is that the sound is atmospheric and flowing, which already gives it the character of a string synthesizer. Thanks for watching. I really hope this inspired you to experiment and create your own sounds. See you in the next video.